So good evening all. Am I audible? Saira Siddiq, good evening. Kirtika Kirti, good evening. Tejas, good evening. Ranjana, good evening. Am I audible or able to hear me? Thank you for your response. Okay. Yeah, good evening Ananta Shrikar, Punita, good evening, Venkata Raghavendra, good evening, Mugundan, good evening, Bhargav, good evening. Okay, so thank you all for your valuable response. So this is Indra from Pantaki Learning. So today is our second day of this 21 days masterclass on STM32 Nucleo, right? Okay. Yesterday itself I have already told you that you will get attendance link only at the end of the session. You have to wait until then. We can't provide at the beginning of the session. So please wait until then, right Vishnu? Okay. Yeah, good evening Abhishek, good evening Murthy, good evening Shreya, good evening Maitri, good evening Abhi, yeah, Pradeep Kumar, good evening. So yesterday itself I told you to go through about what is microprocessor and what is microcontroller, right? So have you go through the topic? I want you to answer, right? Okay, so today's topic is we are going to talk about comparison of STM32F4 Discovery and STM32 Nucleo. I have already told you that in this entire session we are going to use Nucleo board, which is based on STM32 ARM Cortex M family. So the name is STM32F4 right? So which is STM32 Nucleo 64. There is actually another board which is you may call STM32F4 Discovery. So today let's learn about the difference between those boards. Okay. See, Bergman, if you only came for the attendance in this, you can leave the class. This class is not just for attendance. If you want attendance in the sense, you have to wait until 6:45. If you can wait, you can. Otherwise, you can just leave the class. Don't disturb the remaining members. Please, I hope you understand. Okay. So, let me start. The STM32F4 Discovery Development Board and STM32 Nucleo Development Board are two very popular STM32 series development board. Okay, so here let's learn the detailed configuration of these two development board and the difference between them. Okay, so let's start with Discovery board first. Okay, see this STM32F4 Discovery Development Board uses STM32F407 VG microcontroller. Okay, and it has multiple peripherals including USB, including SPI, I2C, CAN and SDIO, etc. So many protocols. And also it supports audio codec and digital filters and also can be used for audio processing and image processing and like other applications. Okay, so in addition it also provides multiple blue LEDs and a USB OTG interface, which is actually suitable for learning and as well as experimentation. Okay, Akila, ma'am, is this certificate used in your placement? Yes, definitely. For that you have to learn STM32 properly in this entire 21 days class. This will be pretty much helpful for you in the future, right? Okay, so here I provide a chart listing the main components on the STM32F4 Discovery Development Board. So these are the things which are present inside this board. Okay, So let's talk about that. The microcontroller name is STM32F4 VG microcontroller with ARM Cortex M4 core. Okay. And then coming to crystal oscillator, that is 8 MHz crystal oscillator for system clock. And then ST-Link debugger. There is a board called Blue Pill board in STM32, which is nothing but that is totally for beginners. Okay, it is actually very small in size, which is absolutely for beginners. To use that, you have to go for an external ST-Link. Okay, so you have to buy extra one component, which is nothing but ST-Link. You have to externally connect that with your microcontroller board. Coming to this Discovery board, coming to this Nucleo board, these are advanced board. Here you don't need to go for external one because it is defaultly inbuilt in the board. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. You can easily upload the code directly into your microcontroller. You don't need for a programmer, you don't need a ST-Link debugger additionally. Okay, so embedded ST-Link or V2 debugger and programmer. This is the best thing. And user LED, you will have like 4 user LED which is already placed on the board itself. Push button, you will have 2 push button. One is for user push button and another one is for reset button. And USB OTG, micro AB USB OTG connector for USB device, host or OTG modes. And audio DAC, MEMS microphone, digital temperature sensor, expansion connector. So these are the things which are already present inside STM32F4 Discovery board. Now let's talk about application of STM32F4 Discovery development board. Okay. The first one is robotics. See, this particular STM32F4 Discovery board is ideal for building robots that require real-time control, that require low latency, that require high performance processing. Okay, so the board has a powerful ARM Cortex M4 processor that can handle complex algorithms and control tasks. Okay, and then coming to this Internet of Things. So this board can be used to develop IoT applications that require low power consumption and high speed connectivity. The board has an Ethernet port. The board has USB OTG and several communication interfaces such as SPI, I2C, UART, USR, so many things, right? Can we do live projects, ma'am? Yes, you can. How can I buy Nucleo board? There are so many sites which actually present. You can go for Amazon. You can go for digikey.com. There is some website called digikey.com. So you can go and purchase over that. And then coming to audio and video processing, right? So audio and video processing. See, this board has a built-in audio codec. Okay, so that can be used for audio and video processing application. So the board can handle real-time audio and video processing, making it suitable for applications such as digital signal processing, such as audio mixing, video streaming, something like that. And then industrial automation. So this board can be used for industrial automation application that require real-time control, monitoring and data acquisition. Okay, so the board has several built-in peripherals such as ADC, DAC, pulse width modulation that can be used for controlling and monitoring industrial processes. Okay, and then at last gaming. So this board can be used to develop simple games that require real-time control and low latency. Okay, so the board has a built-in 3-axis accelerometer and gyroscope that can be used for motion sensing in games. Okay, so this is all about STM32F4 Discovery development board. Okay, so now we can move to the next board, which is Nucleo board, which we are going to use in this entire session. Okay, see, STM32 Nucleo development board is a series of STM32 development boards for different STM32 microcontroller families. Okay, so these development boards are compatible with Arduino and Mbed, and also provide many standard interface and expansion interface including USB, including Ethernet, including communication protocol, ADC, something like that. So this makes these development board ideal for rapid prototyping. Here you will have microcontroller will be like STM32 microcontroller with ARM Cortex M core. So varies by board model. Depending on the model, you will have some name. So here mine is STM32 F446 or E. Okay, and then ST-Link debugger. Yes, it is embedded. Arduino Uno R3 connected. You can also connect Arduino Uno, which is Arduino is compatible with this board. You can even connect Arduino Uno with this particular STM32 Nucleo board, 2-in-1. Is it great, right? And then Morpho connectors, USB OTG, user LED. There is only 2 user LED. In F4 Discovery board, you will have like 4 user LED, but here you will only have 2 user LED. And then user button. One is user button, another one is push button and reset button. And then expansion connector, serial communication, power pin, like that, right? Okay. So now let's talk about the application of STM32 Nucleo board. Similarly, like in the previous one, like Internet of Things, industrial automation, robotics, audio and video processing. But here, instead of gaming, here we can go for educational purpose. Okay. So the STM32 Nucleo board is also suitable for educational purposes, as it is easy to use and has large community support. It is ideal for teaching microcontroller programming and interfacing with external devices. Okay. Okay, so now let's talk about the difference between STM32 F4 Discovery board and STM32 Nucleo board. This is how Discovery board will look like. This is how Nucleo board will look like. Okay, so the main difference between these two boards are, let's talk. First one is applicable microcontroller models. So here the STM32 F4 Discovery development board is suitable for STM32 F4 series microcontrollers only. Only which is suitable for F4 series. You have to note it down. And coming to Nucleo board, it suitable for F0, F1, F2, F3, F4, F7, L0 and L4 series. Here we are going to use F4 series, right? Function and interface. So STM32 Discovery development board has many built-in peripherals such as accelerometer, audio codec, as I told you earlier, USB, OTG, Ethernet, etc. And coming to the Nucleo board, it also have the same similar thing, but additionally you can have Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, LoRa, NFC, something like that. And size and price, it depends on the board you choose. Okay. Okay. Now let's move to the next thing, which is the main thing. Listen carefully. Okay. Someone asks, can we use Python in STM32? Yes, you can use MicroPython for STM32. You can use Java, MicroPython, something like that. But here we are only going to use C and C++. Most of the time we only for the embedded programming, mostly we go for C and C++ programming. The remaining programming languages are so rare. Okay, if you want to go, you can. But the default thing, most of the people go for only C or C++. In the Raspberry Pi only, you have to go for Python. There is no option. But the remaining all those steps, you can go for C, C++. If you want to go for Python, you can. Okay. So let me tell you the main thing. You can convert this masterclass into 1 month internship. So the actual amount of this 1 month internship is for 1,999, but there is a discount amount which is available for you, which is only for 799. If you want to register for this 1 month internship in the sense, you can go for this particular registration link and make your registration. So limited offer only. The last day to register is 14/9/2024. Use this chance wisely. And what you will get in this 1 month internship? you will get 30 days of live session plus 30 days of recorded session. You will get 30 days of presentation for download. You will get 5 project source code for download. You will get 1 month internship certificate, participation certificate, 90 days of access to the courses, 4 hackathon live sessions, and you can join to the community group. And also there is a 3-in-1 bundle course is available for you. Among these 4, you can choose any 2 courses by your own, but the STM32 is the default one, you can't change that. From Raspberry Pi, Embedded Systems Arduino, Embedded System ARM Cortex, and Internet of Things, you can choose any 2. So the actual amount of this bundle course is for 3000 rupees, but there is a discount amount which is available for you, which is only for 1199. If you want to register for this 3-in-1 bundle course, in the sense, this is the link. Go and grab this link and make your registration. So the last date for registration is 14/9/2024. So what you will get in this 3-in-1 bundle course? 90 days of live plus 90 days of recorded sessions, 90 days of presentations for download, 10 project source code for download, 3 internship certificates, 1 year validity to the courses, hackathon live session, you can join to the community group, and you will get your assignments and mock test. So this is how you can make your payment. While you making your payment, this is mandatory to mention the courses that you need. STM32 is default course, you can't change that. For the remaining 2 courses, you can choose any 2 from those 4 courses. Raspberry Pi, IoT, Arduino, or ARM Cortex, which is totally depending on your choice, right? So don't forget to mention the name that you want to enroll for it in the payment link. Okay, so listen this thing carefully. Now we are going to talk about how to download and install STM32 Cube IDE, because we are going to use this particular IDE for the entire session. So if you have laptop or PC with you right now, in the sense, you can do the step-by-step process, or you can note it down in the paper or somewhere. So because it is useful for future to write all those programming stuffs here, right? So let me tell you that STM32 Cube IDE is nothing but it is an integrated development environment that provides a comprehensive and user-friendly platform for developing and debugging STM32 microcontroller applications. Okay, so it provides a range of tools for code development, debugging, testing, making it an ideal solution for embedded system developers. So if you are new to STM32 Cube IDE, you may wondering how to start with downloading and installing this software. There is some procedure to download and install this. So here I will provide you a step-by-step guide to help you get started with STM32 Cube IDE, including how to download and install the software on your computer or laptop. Okay. Okay, so whether you are a beginner or you are an experienced developer, this will help you to get started with STM32 Cube IDE and start developing your next project, right? So after that, what can I do? If you are making your registration, in the sense, you have to wait. The coordinator will guide you, right? At the end of the class, you will get all the things which I mentioned in the slide. The recording sessions, everything. For that, you have to finish the 21 days masterclass, and after that, she will give you the course you enroll for, everything. All the downloadables, all the recorded videos, all the things which we are used in this entire session, they will provide you, right? Okay. So now, downloading and install STM32 Cube IDE. Okay. So here I provide one link over in the slide. So you just go to this link and click, wait a minute, let me provide you the same link in the chat box. It will helpful for you to download. Here I provide the link in the chat box. Use this link to download the IDE, right? Yeah, you can go for I have already told you that, right? STM32 Cube IDE is totally for STM32 boards. STM32F4 Discovery also comes under STM32. Nucleo board also comes under STM32. So you can use any STM32 board. You can just go for this same ID, which is STM32 Cube IDE. Okay. So here I provide the link. I have already copy paste the link in the chat box also. You can go for that link. So after clicking on that link, the following form will open up like this. Okay. So note this. You will have to register your account first. Okay. So giving the following information, what you have to do is that, just a minute. First, go for this link. Can we use IAR Workbench or KALE? Yes, you can use. KALE is the best software. You can go for KALE. If you want to go for STM32 Cube IDE, in the sense, you can go. Both will a good thing for STM32 boards. Okay. So click on that link. You will get a page like this. So according to your operating system, you can go for minus Windows. So I have already downloaded it in my laptop. So go for your OS and get the link accordingly. Okay. So just click get latest. After clicking on it, you will have a page like this. Okay. So whatever we are providing in the chat box is only available until the live is ended, right? So in between the thing, you can go and grab all those steps. If I end the live session in the sense, the chat will automatically removed. Sorry for that. So for the first 5 days, you will get the PPTs in the WhatsApp group. You can get all those steps in the WhatsApp group from the PPT itself. I will provide the link, everything in the WhatsApp group also. For the first 5 days, you will get all those steps, right? Both will good. There is nothing called beginner or experience in the ID itself. Both will good. You can go for STM. Actually, both will work in a similar way. That is little bit different, but both will work in a similar way. STM32 Cube IDE and KALE. You don't get to know much difference in both software. You can go for anything which is totally what is comfortable for you, right? There is nothing called beginner thing, experience thing. If you are talking about beginner or experience, I can tell about the board which is for beginner friendly, which is for just to get used to all those STM subs. You can go for this board, that board, like that. Coming to the ID, there is nothing called for beginner, something like that. So you can use according to your need, right? Okay. And after that, the following form will open up like this. Yeah, same thing. Can we do same on MacBook? Yes, sure. Okay, so you will get a page like this, right? Here what you have to do is that you have to register your account first. The main thing is you have to register. If you are not registered properly here, if you download all the process and go for the ID in the sense, it will ask you to register first. So at the beginning itself, you are registered successfully in the sense you don't have to face all those steps in the programming part. So please register your account first. Give the following information, your name, your last name, your email address, something, everything. And just click download button. If you already have an account on my.st.com, then you can use the login as well. If you don't have the account in my.st.com in the sense, you can register over here. So after specifying your personal information and clicking the download button, your registration will be complete. You will be given a link in your mail address to validate your email address, after which the download will automatically start. So make sure that you have given the correct email address over here. For the same email address, it will send you a mail from the official website. STM32 IDE is similar to Arduino IDE? No. Definitely no. There is so much difference in Arduino IDE, STM32 IDE. In Arduino IDE, just a startup thing. It's just an easy thing. So don't go for Arduino IDE. Please go for STM32 IDE. STM32 Cube IDE. It will helpful for you. If you go for Arduino IDE, that's a simple thing. You can just write a program in a simple way. Don't go for it. Learn something new. Go for STM32 Cube IDE. Don't go for Arduino IDE, please. That is my personal suggestion. Okay. So coming to the topic, let me finish it first and then I will tell you the clear all your doubts, right? Okay. So it will send you to validate your email address. So after you are validating your email address, it will download automatically. So note that this email address is one which you use for registration. So the email will be sent by ST Microelectronics from the official site. Okay. So now after doing this process, now we are going to installing STM32 Cube IDE. Okay. So a few moments later, after specifying the directory you will download, the download will automatically start. Okay, just after opening the zip file you will be asked for your agreement. So after accepting the agreement and choosing the desired location to install the IDE, the installation process will start. You can go for the default location, or you can go for, if you want to change the location in the sense, you can change. Okay, and it will automatically install. Okay, so it will take some time for STM32 Cube IDE to get installed. So after the installation is complete, just click next. After the installation is completed, click finish to close the setup. Your desktop will now have a shortcut to STM32 Cube IDE created. Okay, so now getting started with STM32 Cube IDE. So now we will see how to get started with STM32 Cube IDE by creating our first project. For demonstration purpose, we will learn to use GPIO pins of STM32 blue pill as digital output pin and see how to configure GPIO pin as digital output in this particular Cube IDE. Okay, so just for demonstration purpose, we will create an LED example, blinking example using this STM32 blue pill board. Blue pill board is a different board. This is for beginners. For example purpose only I am telling this name. I am not going to use this board in real time. Okay. So this board has an onboard LED connected to the GPIO pin, which is 13. Right. And then first let's see how to write your first program for STM32 blue pill in STM32 Cube IDE. Okay. So now that we have already installed the STM32 Cube IDE application in our system, right? So let us learn how to use it to program our STM32 board. For that, just open the application. Okay, so you will be asked to specify the directory for the workplace. You can go for the default one, or you can click for the browse and you can choose whatever the path you want. You can specify the directory and also tick the box below to keep this as a default directory, and then just click launch to start the application. Okay, so the STM32 Cube IDE workspace will open like this. Okay, now creating project in STM32 Cube IDE. So you will have a tab like this. What you have to do is that just click start new STM32 project, and then a target selection page will open like this. This is nothing but target selection page. Target selection is nothing but whatever the board you are using, you have to mention that particular name over there. Yesterday itself I have told you, if you are using one board and if you are mentioning some other board over here, in the sense it won't work. You have to mention the proper correct name, whatever the board you are using, whatever the board you are having in your hand. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so this is the target selection page. Your device, from the part number, you can able to see the part number tab over here, right? So we are working with, you can give, for example, they gave here like STM32 F103C8. So here I am going to use, I have already told you that my board is STM32 F446RE. So you have to mention that correct name over here. If you have your own board in your hand, in the sense on the top of the microcontroller, you can able to see the name. They have provided some name over in the microcontroller. So you have to mention the name as they printed in the microcontroller over here. You have to mention the correct name. My board is STM32 F446RE, but I have to give like STM32 F446RE T6 because that is the name that actually printed on the microcontroller. So I have to give the correct name. If I give the correct name over here, in the sense it will show the board over here which is active or not. you can get to know that which is active. If they give active in the sense, you have to click on that and you have to click on next, right? And you will have a page like STM32 project. So here you have to give the project name. Whatever the project you are doing, you have to give the project name. For example, LED blinking project, in the sense you can give like blink LED, and then click on finish, and then on tab will open, like you will be asked to open associative perspective. Just click yes, okay, and then you will be redirected to the page called device configuration tool. So now the device configuration tool window will open up. We will be able to set pin specific functions over here, right? See this. This is nothing but, this one is zoomed out over here, zoomed in over here. So STM32 has an onboard LED which is connected to the pin number port C13, which is nothing but PC13. Refer to the detailed pinout on the board above. So you have to click on that particular PC13 on the device configuration tool. Okay, so you will get a list of functions which appear associated with the pin. We will set the pin as a GPIO output, because I am just going to blink my LED. I am going to set my LED as output. For that I have to select, you can select whatever the pin you want, but PC13 is nothing but inbuilt LED. That's why I have to click that particular pin. I have to select whatever the option I want. I just want to mention that pin as GPIO output. So click on the GPIO output. After doing that process, you will get something like that. That particular pin is pinned over here, which is what? GPIO output. This is how it will look. Here you can see that we have attached GPIO output to PC13. Okay. Okay, now see this. Additionally, we have more options for the pin as well. So for that, on the left side, you will have so many options like system core, analog, timer, connectivity, computing, middleware, something like that. So whenever we are going for the different session, you will get to know what are the things, why are we using all those steps. For here example, I am just telling you this. Here what we are going to do, we are just going to make our LED blink, right? So I am selected PC13 pin as GPIO output. So see, if you go for system core, select the system core, and under that you will have an option like GPIO, which is nothing but general purpose input output pin. If you are clicking on this, you will have a page like this, GPIO mode and configuration. Here you can able to see like PC13 is set to low, PC13 is set to output, something like that. Here you can able to find user label. Instead of leaving the GPIO output, you can give a label over that name. So whatever the name you want. If you are taking this as LED, in the sense you have to mention that LED. If I am taking some pin as push button, in the sense I am going to set it as an input. So instead of just giving GPIO input, I can select that, going to GPIO, and I am selecting that pin, and in the user label I can change the name. Instead of giving GPIO output, I can give LED. This is how it will look like. And after that, what you have to do is that just click Ctrl plus yes, just save that. Okay, so the following window will open up like this. Just click yes. Do you want to generate code? It will ask you to. Do you want to generate code? Just click yes, and then it will ask you to open the perspective in the C perspective. Just click yes, and then okay. So before getting on that, let me tell you about this thing. You can convert this masterclass into 1 month internship. So the actual amount of this 1 month internship is for 1,999, but there is a discount amount which is available for you, which is just for 799. So this is the registration link for 1 month internship. So the last date for registration is 14/9/2024. And what you will get in this 1 month internship? You will get 30 days of live session. You will get 30 days of recorded session. You will get 30 days of presentations for download, 5 project source code for download, 1 month internship certificate, participation certificate, 90 days of access to the courses, 4 hackathon live sessions, and you can join to the community group. And also there is a 3-in-1 bundle course is available for you. So among these 4 courses you can choose any 2. Raspberry Pi, Arduino or ARM Cortex or Internet things. You can choose any 2 course from these 4 courses. STM32 is the default one. You can't change that. So the actual amount of this bundle course is for 3000, but there is a discount amount which is available for you, which is just for 1199. If you want to register for this 3-in-1 bundle course, in the sense, you can go for this registration link to make your registration. So this is only a limited time offer. So the last day to register is 14/9/2024. So what you will get in this 3-in-1 bundle course? You will get 90 days of live session plus 90 days of recorded session, 90 days of presentations for download, 10 project source code for download, 3 internship certificates, 1 year validity to the courses, hackathon live session, community group. You can join to the community group and you will get assignments and mock test. So while making your payment, don't forget to mention the courses that you want, right? So STM32 is the default one, and the remaining for the 2 courses you can choose any 2, right? Okay. So after running all those process, it will automatically generate you some piece of code, and the tab will look like this. Okay. On the right side, you will be able to view the outline of the code. This happened because we opened our code in perspective, right? In the center, you can view the main.c file, and on the left side, you can view the project explorer. If you want to go for the device configuration tool, in the sense, you have to click on the project name.ioc tab. Here it will present blink led.ioc. If you get back to the device configuration tool, in the sense, you can just click on it. If you want to go for the main.c page, in the sense, you can coming for this. Okay, this is how your project, your coding section will look like. It will automatically generate you some piece of code. So when we are going for the programming part, we can able to, I will tell you all those steps. It will automatically generate you some piece of code, everything, right? So this is how it will look like. Software size, it will be about like 800 MB or something. So this is all about today's session. I hope you understand all those topics, how to download and install STM32 Cube IDE in your laptop or PC. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Anything else, guys? Is it clear? Wait for a few minutes, they will provide you the attendance link. Wait for a few seconds. The coordinator will provide you the attendance link. I'm here only. I didn't even end the live. Okay, your link is here. You can go and mark your attendance over there, right? It's about 800 MB to 1 GB. I will explain how to write code in STM32 Cube IDE in the upcoming sessions, right? We do the programming part in IDE, and where we can see the result output to run the simulation something. So for that, we have microcontroller. In the IDE, we need to write the programming part, and we have to upload that programming in our microcontroller, and we can see the output from the component itself. And if you want to print all those stuff in the IDE itself, in the sense, we can. I will explain and I will teach you all those stuffs in the upcoming session. That is a different session. We are having 21 days. I will tell you and explain you all those stuff in the upcoming session. How to do programming, how to use components, how to connect all those components, how to upload the programming into our microcontroller, how to see the results, how to print all those stuffs in the IDE itself, everything. Understood, Krishikesh? You can also able to see the result in the real time. If you want to print, there is some session will have like we want to print all those output in the monitor itself, in the sense, right? So for that we can print it in the IDE itself. We just need to connect the port and you can able to find all those steps in the IDE itself. In Arduino IDE you will have serial monitor, something like that, right? Similarly, STM32 Cube IDE is also having something like that. I will teach you, right? Is it clear, Krishikesh? Is it clear now? So please give it a try. Download and install STM32 Cube IDE in your laptop. If you face any issues while downloading, in the sense, come to the tomorrow session and tell me, I will clear it out, right? Okay, so this is all about today's session. Thank you all. Have a very great day. Let's catch up at the tomorrow session with another topic, right? Yeah, thank you for showing interest in this course, Krishikesh. We will learn together, right? Thank you. Have a great day.